Walking on to Southern Oregon University campus, it was easy to feel like we didn't belong. There weren't just buildings, but odd and immense metal structures that towered above us, ones that the students of SOU didn't mind at all. Can I ask what all of this is?
I don't know what it is. I think it's just an art thing, but I have no idea what it is actually.
I was in an unfamiliar place with things that I had never seen in my hometown, like rain. I couldn't imagine staying here for more than a week, let alone allowing it to be my home for upwards of 4 years. However, as we stayed and started to explore the campus, I came to realize that this school is a living example of culture that I, along with many other students, now stand in awe of. Like most schools, SOU has had a long and winding history. It started in 1872 as Ashland Academy, led by Reverend Joseph Henry Skidmore. It later became Ashland Academy and Commercial College, and was then renamed to Ashland College and Normal School, then Ashland State Normal School, then Southern Oregon State Normal School, then Southern Oregon Normal School, then Southern Oregon College of Education, then Southern Oregon College, then Southern Oregon State College, and finally, Southern Oregon University, or SOU as it is known today. This whirlwind of names goes to show how the focus of the school has changed over time. See, the school began as a way to have a school of Ashland. 1872 and Ashland Academy marked the foundation of Ashland's first school district. The church in the area saw a gap in the town for a school. As such, its only goal was to feed the educational needs of the people of Ashland. While SOU is known across the nation, it still partially serves this need, with many of the students attending being born in the area. Following this, the school's indoctrination into the normal school moniker occurred when the government of Oregon recognized the school as large enough to receive funding, donating $7,500 to it in 1897. That is $276,000 today. When Oregon stopped funding its normal schools in 1909, Southern Oregon State Normal School, as it was called at the time, temporarily shut down until funding was reestablished in 1925. With this reopen, the school also moved to its current location, also in Ashland, where the school prospered. This marks the point where the school began to become known more around the world, and not just in Ashland. Ashland tourism really got its start when 10 years later, in 1935, drama professor Agnes Bowner staged a production of Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice, but we'll get to that in a minute. This steady growth makes the school's modern size seem much more impressive. See, today, SOU consists of over 6,000 students. It offers majors in education, environment, communication, business, health and leadership, humanities and culture, social sciences, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Among these, business is SOU's biggest program. Their business degrees focus mainly on leadership and innovation, and providing students with the skills they need to start and lead their own businesses. They also ensure that students have the creativity needed to run their businesses. The rest of the focuses of the school also mix into business programs. To that end, they offer a sustainable tourism management degree and an art management concentration. Chalk is all over the school, advertising different groups and events to get people to join in. That's just one example of how the leadership exhibited by many of the students influences school spirit. Some of the more popular clubs are the sports clubs. Southern Oregon University is generally not known for their sports programs. However, they offer 19 sport programs in the NAIA Division II.
13 varsity sports right now. We're adding
wow.
4 more next year, so we'll have 17. And those will include like beach volleyball and golf. But we also have intramural sports and club sports. I believe the rowing team is a club sport.
They have recently created a new facility called the Lithia Motors Pavilion and Student Recreation Center, which offers several different activities. Not only is this used by the athletic department, but it is free to use for students. They offer a rock climbing wall, an esports room, and a 1,400 capacity basketball arena. Additionally, along the Lithia Motors Pavilion and Student Recreation Center lies the SOU football stadium that seats 5,100 people. SOU works towards their school spirit by providing state-of-the-art facilities to not just athletes, but also students. As we talked to our tour guide, she most commonly referenced friends of hers that were either athletes or psychology majors. Psych is the second most popular program at SOU, and it's the most popular science there by far. The marketing for this program speaks for itself with how it links to the rest of the school. Small class sizes, a diverse faculty, and our professors' open-door policies that provide strong mentorships. This sets SOU apart from larger university psychology programs. This program focuses mainly on preparing the students for larger careers in human services, making it one of SOU's more utilitarian systems. SOU offers many other majors oriented around sciences, like biology, chemistry, and environmental science. Both the biology and the chemistry programs involve capstone projects that give the students more hands-on experience. They also offer tons of different research opportunities so that the student can select a more focused subject. At SOU, they take lots of pride in their environmental science program. They have tons of different student engagement with the local trails and parks that are near the campus. Furthermore, SOU has been honored with the Best Case Study Award by the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. Like the psychology classes, these science classes focus on imbuing students not only with the knowledge to create a better world, but also the skill set to acquire a career in these sciences. But SOU isn't just a plain school where one can get a degree. One thing that really stuck out to us while doing research is how hard the school pushes for diversity.
You know, this is a really welcoming school. We try to be diverse. We are very welcoming to LGBTQ, students of color, students who don't all look like me. We want a diverse population. And I think that SOU, they don't just talk the talk, they really try to walk the walk. They're not always successful, but no human endeavor is. And I certainly know in theater we've worked really hard to expand the diversity of our student population. I think we try to reflect what's around us and just try to be good people. I mean, that's the bottom line. We just want to be good people.
SOU is the first university in the United States to offer a transgender studies certificate. When talking about clubs and groups, the main one they mentioned was the Social Justice Club, which fights for queer and racial issues. It's more than just social justice, though. SOU is largely focused on acceptance. It's among many schools that focus on working with students with learning disabilities, and it tries to appeal to people with every lifestyle.
And another nice thing about the education building is that it has a daycare inside, so if you yourself have a child, or if you're interested in working with children, you can just go there and have some of your student teaching be done. A nice thing about financial aid is that we have the SOSA application, so that's the Southern Oregon Scholarship application. And it's basically just one big application for a lot of different scholarships. So you answer a whole bunch of questions. Some of them are essay questions, but most of them are just multiple choice. Like you're just going to choose what applies to you. And then they will match up scholarships to your specific kind of.
I think this focus on accessibility stems, once again, from the fact that Ashland was the premier school in this small area. This is acceptance born out of necessity, which is why walking the walk is so important and is carried out so well here.
It's a very welcoming community.
And it's that community that powers that need for diversity. And it's a small community. Our tour guide mentioned that the largest science classes are around 20 students. And the small size has a huge impact on the atmosphere of the school.
You get to know your professors a lot more. You get to kind of connect with your classmates easier. So usually if a student is struggling, the professor will notice pretty easily. And they will either reach out to you individually or they'll kind of ask someone else to help you out. So yeah, I'd say it just makes the community itself, the school community itself, a lot closer.
The benefit of being located in a town like Ashland is not only the small size, but also the scenery. Like, look at this campus. When we read about why people wanted to go to Ashland, we almost always got an answer that involved something about how pretty the campus is, and I can't blame them. Trees and shrubbery populate every inch of the campus, and it doesn't shy away from showing off its more glorious scenes. Art installations are all over campus. Some of them, like the Traveling Onion, are purely absurd. Others are there because they're interesting to look at, and some are just cool. That's because of how big a role art plays at SOU.
So the art building is, it has our second largest lecture hall on campus, which is about 150 seats. Again, classes will not be that big usually. But some of your larger general education classes might be in the art building. My roommate had one of her psych classes in there.
In its art classes, SOU facilitates creative writing, photography, and newer media studies as well, but the most common manifestation of art on campus is theater. As you just learned, or are about to learn, Agnes Bauner's production of Merchant of Venice went on to become the annual Shakespeare Festival. Though the size of the Shakespeare Festival has escaped the university, they are still deeply intertwined.
So this is the Black Box Theater. It's a very flexible space. It seats about 75 people. It's a really fun place to perform a play and to work on a project. It's just a great place, and we love it. So we're part of, our division is the Oregon Center for the Arts, and that comprises music, theater, creative arts, and within creative arts is the art program, creative writing, and the emerging media, digital arts. Art is an important part of this campus, as is music. I mean, we have tons of concerts and different groups coming from outside, but a lot from within the music program.
As we explored the university, we were really impressed with the facilities dedicated specifically to theater and performing arts. They have this massive crafts room and a huge material supply closet.
So this is our scene shop. You come all the way in. This is Jane Hickenbotham. She's our shop supervisor.
Well, this is our shop where we produce scenery for the past many years, for 2 shows per season, but then we'll be doing 1 show per term starting next year. And we get the drawings from the designer and bring them here and break them down and buy the lumber, and the students produce and create all the sets, and then the paint shop paints them, and then we get them together, and then we load them through this big door opens, and then we have another big door that goes out into our large theater. So we just roll things right on out, or carry them on out, and then we have to carry them kind of through a little doorway and down the hallway to our black box theater. So that takes a lot of precise measuring.
The atmosphere of the performing arts across the town of Ashland was very suave and thought-provoking, while the atmosphere in these spaces was the other side of the coin, wild, messy, and creative. The school didn't just reflect the outside abundance of performing arts, it encourages students to participate and become part of the magic inside these shows. Even the workshops we went to were examples of this. The acting seminar was free-flowing, if overbearingly so at times. The dance workshop showed us how we could take the place of dancers before our time. Looking back at my experience, I've eased off my discomfort in this unfamiliar place. It's much easier to realize that I do belong. This large place is welcoming to all people. Ashland was born out of a necessity to provide all of the people of Ashland the resources to prosper as academics. The business school and the theater programs have grown around the school, but the core is still the same. It's why the school is so accessible today. That's not to dismiss those programs though. The business school is fantastic, and the fact that such a large atmosphere of theater spawned out of a simple college is incredible. Tracing the history of SOU, we can see a living, breathing example of culture. And it's one that many students seem to see as well. Apart from the beautiful scenery across campus, many students gravitate to the culture of the school and just how welcoming it is. As we talked to the people in the admissions office and in the cafeteria, it was hard not to fall in love with the energy of the school. And that's what makes Ashland special. Its location, various programs, and overall culture give it an energy like no other college. And that's the reason why so many students are happy to call it their home, and why I was happy to call it mine for like a little while, not like a long time or anything. So. Even though the science programs at SOU are mainly career-focused, we saw a lot of facilities there that represented the brilliance and the creativity of the school.
If you stand in the middle like the scroll breaker, you're the only person who can hear your echo in the rotunda.
Oh.
Anyone want to try that?
Whoa. That's pretty cool. You gotta try this out.
Go.
Whoa. Hello. That's pretty neat. You gotta try that out. Hello. Isn't that cool? Hello. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's it, man.
Hello? Hello? Oh yeah, it's like really like
But then like slowly walk out.
hello. Oh yeah, that's
Ain't
actually
that something?
it's like loud and clear over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.